Well, I mean, part of it's luck too. I mean, it's not that it's it's sometimes it's being in the right place at the right time, and sometimes it's just being able to go with opportunities, at the time that you see them, you seize those opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of folks do kind of prattle around and kind of just bumble around with opportunity. You got to seize destiny in your jaws. Let's talk to Bryant in New Jersey. Bryant, you're on the air with director and film producer Tommy Pallottain.
Hi, guys. How are you today?
Good. Go ahead.
But it's everything about the media. It's almost amazing to see how they're lying to everybody like every day, and yet people watching Obama, they still support him, and it's amazing to see this happening every day. People still, they know that they're being lied to, but yet they still believe in somehow that the media is making them think is true.
Yeah, let me comment on that. It sounds like you're a bit nervous there. Don't worry, we all are. And we'll come back and have Tommy comment on it. Look, this is what's happening. That's why the establishment gave people the novelty of a black guy. I'd love it if it was a black guy and he was for liberty and anti-war or whatever, pro-freedom. But again, it's form. It's packaging over substance. And so Obama lied to everybody and said he was anti-surveillance, anti-NAFTA and GATT, anti-war. Now he's flip-flopping on all of that. And folks are getting upset, but so many of them wanted to believe, wanted to be sold on that, but now they'll be even more cynical and more sophisticated in understanding what's happening. I want every minute with Tommy in the time we've got left. So for PrisonPlanet.tv, we are going to skip this break. For the rest of the network, we'll be back in 3 short minutes. Please stay with us. Tommy, you want to comment on that? We're going out right now on PrisonPlanet.tv. I don't want to waste any time. I want to answer that caller's comment.
Well, I was just thinking, was there really a choice for a presidential election? I mean, we had 2 candidates, and I was in Amsterdam during the elections, and I think like 85 or 90% of the people were for Obama in Amsterdam, or the Netherlands, in Holland, total.
Yeah, I saw the report. It was 90%.
And I found myself really sort of biting my tongue while I was there because people had so much hope that something was going to change.
And it wasn't that you were for McCain. People are so simple-minded. It's that you knew it was a selected false choice.
Right. And just as far as, the damage that the Bush administration has done over the last 8 years, there was no other choice other than Obama. I mean, the Obama thing and the way that he really positioned that, or whoever positioned it, was that like...
Yeah, you had to repudiate Bush. So.
Exactly. And so, you hope for the best and you prepare for the worst, as the saying goes.
Yeah, but I mean, the betrayal is so over the top.
Yeah, the cabinet members were, just right off the bat, they all were bad choices.
But I mean, obviously, gay marriage, all that's a football issue. But then he goes and appoints the big anti-gay guy to give his inauguration. I mean, it's like, and he appoints the warmongers, and he appoints the, and I mean, my whole point is, regardless of where you are on those issues, he's going 180 degrees from his base. Yeah. He's kind of bitch slapping them,
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and you have to really wonder what the psychology behind that is.
It's bitch slapping. He's pimping the hose. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What else?
No, but I mean, I mean, how bad do you see this getting? That's what I was asking Ed Asner.
God, man, how bad? I think economically, it's only going to get much worse, and I'm sure that you're talking about that all the time here. And you don't need a crystal ball to see that. And I think but I mean, on the flip side, I think once people really start to suffer, then they'll start to become much more proactive, and they'll start to educate themselves.
But then in a way he'll
organize.
Well, I mean, I agree, but then he'll act again as a diversion. As people realize he betrayed them, they're going to think he's actually running something and blame him when the guy's a puppet. So in a way, I'm even defending Obama. I'm saying we need to depoliticize him.
Right.
Just like I said with Bush, as bad as he is, it's Rumsfeld, it's these other people. I mean, it's like Zbigniew Brzezinski.
Right.
I mean, this is a guy that wrote the neocon handbook, and then they just stole it from him.
Right.
I don't know, Tommy. I just envy you in the Netherlands, because my parents were just over there, and they said that's their favorite place in Europe. I've never been there.
It was really important for me to get out and sort of gain some perspective from here. I mean, it was just sort of driving me crazy and reading the news every single day here, and I found a certain peace. Not that I think that Europe is going to be immune from any of the thing that's going on. I mean, it's a global crisis that's happening. It's going to affect everybody around the world. But it was nice to sort of get away for a little while.
Let's go back to the full audience. Here we go.
All right.
Tommy Pallottain is our guest, and it has been really fun having him here in studio. I'll take a few final calls from, I guess, Arnie, Leo, and a few others. Fox News is reporting that Rahm Emanuel just resigned. See, the military-industrial complex is blackmailing Obama with all this news.
Right.
So, will you guys check that and confirm and see if that's true? John, did you confirm that? Okay, well, we'll see if that's true then. Somebody may have talked about he may resign. I've heard they're saying he may resign. But again, people are all, look, they're all crooks. Resco and Chicago. Folks, they are surveilling every governor in the country. They're basically, most of them are corrupt. I'll put it to you that way. Especially Chicago. And then they burn you. Look, Spitzer went after Bank of America and the brokerage firms. Boom, the hooker news comes out. This guy, is selling Senate seats. Of course he was. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying, what is the FBI doing surveilling all these people? They're using it where if they want to hammer them, they can. Tommy?
Right. Well, I mean, I think more and more we're moving into that surveillance state. And it is the way, and we've talked about it many times, that is a prison planet. You no longer need to put people in cages if you have all this information on them.
You introduced me to the Panopticon and full cults.
Discipline and Punish.
Discipline and Punish. Well, that is a heavy read.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I'm also thinking about making a documentary that sort of goes down to the history of the prison systems and torture and how that relates to sort of modern day.
Well, it's awesome, Tommy. You're doing so much. I want to make our NASA documentary.
Yeah. That's again, that's the dream. I think after these next couple of films, we'll look at NASA and see what they're doing.
There's so many projects. So little time here. Long way to go, a short time to get there. Arnie in California, you're on the air worldwide.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
This is Ari, and I go to school in Washington, and I just wanted to sympathize with Robert, who you had on earlier. And
yes.
I know how it is. We have cameras everywhere, and it's insane how if you think outside of the box, especially with regards to drugs or 9/11, that immediately the groupthink kicks in and they shut you down.
Yeah, they're training you how to be a prisoner. I don't know how any parent. It'd be better for your child not to go to school than to be in a public school, folks.
Yeah. Sorry, what? You didn't come through.
It would be better for your child to not even be in school.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Self-education. Like Thomas Jefferson, just never let schooling get in the way of your education and freely think, not the group think that
Absolutely, Ari. Anything else?
Yeah. I just had a question. How do we overcome this? Like, how can we... is there any methods that you have thought of or that people have shared with you?
Well, I mean, people expect everything to be like out of a hamburger window at McDonald's quick. No, it's a process. We've gotten decadent, evil, corrupt, out of shape mentally as a nation. We have to get back in shape. But Tommy?
Again, you just got to educate yourself. You got to educate the people around you. It'll start small, but it'll spread. And then you have to organize, and then you have to act.
Absolutely. I appreciate your call. I hate to cut you off, Ari. Leo and Mash, you got 1 minute. Take us out of here. Go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, hi. I've been looking forward to somebody coming out with a basic template, done in the format of a movie maybe, just for entertainment, but basically to stop Web 2.0 and expose it worldwide and offer us ways of combating it and then translating it into a bunch of different languages, keeping it simple, stupid, basically, so that it's easy to translate.
Well, I've done some little presentations, enough respect, and many others have done it. I appreciate your call. Emanuel to resign House seat on Friday. This is Fox News. It is confirmed, and I will be back tomorrow, 11 to 3 p.m. Central Time, to cover the aftermath of maybe he's resigning to go join the IDF. He's an Israeli Mossad agent publicly. I mean, literally, he was in the IDF. So, and we want to pray for all those folks dying on both sides over in Israel and Palestine. Tommy Pallottain, you are super, brother. There.
All right, it's good to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. End of transmission. Rebroadcast starts now at one place on the streams, Infowars.com. Get out there and take on the New World Order. God bless you all.